Hey Simmers, it's Erin, and I am the Rescue Simmer. You are watching the next episode of the 100die Fundie Baby Challenge. Guys, we are not in Newcrest. If you are very observant, you will have noticed. We are in the beautiful town of Brychester at a certain university because we have some updates. Oh my goodness, you guys. If you were not able to catch the stream, I will catch you up. I'm so proud of Opal. I don't even think you would recognize her anymore. This is our gal. She is just about to graduate college. This girl went and got her history degree. She's just waiting for the formalities. Right now, she's emailing her professors. This is her dorm room that she was able to get in with her bestie, Skylar. Skylar has actually already graduated. She's graduated a tad early. Oh my goodness, look at the fireworks that are going off. Look to celebrate them. Oh, that is so nice. She has been making friends left and right. She has her emotional support fish, her little guppy named Donut. You want to know how you're doing in your Ages and Eons course? You are doing quite well. Finish up whatever work you may have left this term. I'm sure your grade will reflect the hard work. She is smashing it. She had so much to catch up on. It was not easy. She had to stay in quite a bit. She wanted to go out and party. I will tell you what though, living in a dorm was amazing for her. Look at this. She had a TV right here. She got to experience movie day, the premiere day. Oh, it was so cool. She loves hip hop. She is finding that she really loves TV. She's a lazy sim. We did go ahead and keep that trait. Thank you guys for giving that feedback. That was an awesome decision because she loves TV. She doesn't particularly like working out. She does like to be healthy. She's finding out, she's learning so many things about herself, but if she's able to do it while she's watching TV or listening to music, she is just such a happy camper. There are so many shows that she is just thrilled with. She's found an affinity for hip hop. I don't think she's really explored many other musical genres yet, but I will tell you what, there is something in the funny community where if you listen to drum beats or something about drum beats and that being very sensual and that being of the devil, of Satan, to distract you from the watcher's will. And she's here for it. She's totally here for it. She got to vote, you guys. She got to vote at her university for the first time. Just so many things have happened. I will tell you guys, though, it is not without its costs. If you look at the relationship panels here, I'm just going to bring up Amethyst, for example. She's good friends with her sister. She's best friends with her sister. They were super siblings together. They have a sisterly bond, but it has become difficult, and we got to experience this on the live stream. You can't make this stuff up. I didn't force that to happen. And Amethyst is deeply wounded, and so is Opal. Oh my gosh, she's cleaning this all by herself, you guys. I was like, what is she doing in there? She doesn't need to pee. She's cleaning. Her life as a fundie made her very hardworking. I don't know what her parents were thinking, or everyone around her was thinking, calling her lazy. She's not. She autonomously cleans just by herself. She, living with so many siblings, has taught her how to live communally. She's really taken to this like a fish to water. There's been a lot of culture shock moments, but I'll tell you what, she's really loved it. But her relationship with her family has suffered horribly. They have tried to call her back. They have tried to get her back into the fold. They have tried to guilt her. They have tried to be scared for her. They've tried to be angry at her. They're just at this point really not talking. And I think it's going to be that way probably for a while. But you know what? This girl is getting her degree, her history degree, so that she can go on and be a lawyer. She is very interested in that. I'm loving her style. She has dyed her hair. She is playing around with her makeup. She's wearing pants. Look at this girl. She's playing around with words on her t-shirt. And you know what? Nobody has tried to do anything untoward with her, and it's been fine. So while we are leaving her to bask in what is now her life, let's go ahead and check on the Josephs. It has been about a week in sim time. A little bit less. It's been about 6 days. And you guys, what a tumultuous 6 days this has been. Bethy and James came back from what they really enjoyed as a break and really investing in each other to find their daughter gone, completely gone. No warning, no word. They were beside themselves worried. They were shocked. They were indignant, insulted, but most of all, they're just so hurt. Guys, I need to bring up this relationship panel. James is hurt by his daughter leaving. He also feels incredibly guilty. I think any parent would, that if their child just up and left and had to go without a word and you couldn't convince them to come back into what you view as the safety of your home, you would blame yourself. And maybe in some ways you would be right. And maybe in some ways you would be totally off the mark. But James wonders if he was too hard on her. And you know what, guys? Bethy does too. They were good friends. They have a strict relationship, but that's pretty normal with all of their children. She was mommy's girl. I didn't even notice that. They didn't always see eye to eye, but Bethy loves her daughter. Bethy loves all of her kids. So does James. She is hurt. She also feels guilty. Maybe she didn't live up as a mom. Maybe she didn't model a watcherly woman well enough for her daughter. Jasper feels bad. He's going off to scouts right now. But even Plummy, even mean Plummy feels bad. They are all missing her. The only one that isn't affected right now, oh my goodness, so what are you doing? Oh, he's taking his boy out to see the cow. Oh my gosh, to see Cookies. He's like, this is how we do things, buddy, in your jammies. Onyx is really the only one. I mean, he's sad because his family's sad, but he doesn't realize what's going on. He's just going to be his little toddler self. He's going to go just say some nonsense to daddy. And I think, the parents really do appreciate poor Amethyst. She is working so hard. Amethyst feels so many emotions. She knew that Opal had these sinful wants in her heart. She prayed so hard for her sister and it just didn't work. And then on top of it, knowing that Opal had all of these feelings, when she left, she wasn't even honest about it. She didn't give Amy the opportunity to go. And Amy knows that she wouldn't have left. But she was terrified for her sister when she woke up and realized that she wasn't there. How could she put her in that position? She's done nothing but love her sister. I think Amy knows in the back of her mind why, but she's just feeling all the feelings right now. And there's, try as you might. Whether you're a Fundie or not, you can't shut them off, Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this sentiment Beth has. Should I be more lenient from a strict family dynamic? Oh, I bet this is hitting home. And is the cow standing on your child at this moment? Because, maybe Cookies is standing protectively over. Nope, she just smacked the baby in the head. Okay. All right. Well, Cookies, thank you for lightening that mood. I appreciate you, girl. Bethy is, I think, really throwing herself more into motherhood. She is so worried, you guys. She's so worried. And her husband is right there with her. You better believe that this sent ripples and shocks into not just their family, but to the community. And I think Opal knows. Opal realizes what this is doing to her family. She's just overthinking that is her responsibility. Oh, Mama's gonna go cry it out. But you guys, what is James gonna do? He's got other daughters that he has to marry off. He has a son that he has to leave in good standing to help him lead. Onyx is going to be coming up eventually, like what this is going to do to the community, because they now have no faith about how he is managing his household, on top of the massive grief that they are feeling, and that grief is real. They also have to do damage control, so they're not allowed to just grieve that their daughter has completely turned their backs on the way that she's been raised and that she's not coming back and she denounces everything that they hold dear. They're not able to just grieve that. They have to run damage control. So what is gonna happen? Tomorrow is Sunday. Tomorrow they have to go to church. I think that everybody's so sad. I think that they are going to have probably a dinner with pastor, and they're going to talk about it and get some counsel. And not to mention, Miss Opal was in a courtship with Maximiliano, with the promising oldest child of their best friends and a great prospect. I mean, he's going places. He is hot stuff. And he's been gypped by their daughter. What is this going to do with any kind of courtships or any kind of confidence in courtships that these parents orchestrate for their children? Plumbite may have been the one getting pranked by Jasper, but she totally respects how funny it was. Even on the receiving end, a good prank can do wonders lighting the mood. Yes, she loves pranks. She's mean, so pranks are her thing. Maybe that's sort of her nice way of being mean. Let's hope. Hey, James, I fancy some Sakura tea. Want to come get some at the romance festival with me? How appropriate that Messiah wants to meet you guys, and at a romance festival where they're probably going to meet to talk about what the hey they're going to do now that his daughter up and vanished. All right, guys, the damage control begins now. We're going to talk about some neighborhood changes because you can bet that Opal changed, or at least made something to deal with for the entire neighborhood. Oh, look at the negative friendship. Okay, all right. I think Messiah sees that James is earnestly hurting. I mean, he's not a monster, neither of them are. They're still human at the end of this. They still, we as humans understand where hurt can happen. Oh, geez. Let's have a deep conversation with him because, I mean, we sort of tested the waters. It's now just time to come clean that, hey, she was a daughter that we worried about being wayward anyway. We never really thought that it would go this far, but, the Watcher really showed us that we have had a lot of pride. And I think Messiah is like, well, at least you're seeing the light. At least you're seeing that this was your sin. And, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, and I'm really sad that it's happening to my best friend whose wife I hit on in the beginning. But we're just, he doesn't know that. We know that. He doesn't know that. I think Messiah is trying to be here. He's like, look, I am the other family that got gypped here because I was going to have a daughter-in-law that would have helped with my 200-year plan. And you would have had a son-in-law that would have helped with your 200-year plan. It would have been nice to get that going with our firstborns. But we still have our secondborns who are in a courtship right now. And it's actually really exciting. Well, exciting for them because Mateus is in a courtship with Amethyst. And they don't have the worst sentiments. They have some pretty good sentiments. But we know Amy's leanings. And Mateus might have some leanings of his own. Ooh, yeah, we're gonna skip prom. We don't do that especially after what your sister pulled. You're not going anywhere unchaperoned. Absolutely not. We also aren't gonna drink this tea stuff. That's fine for the rest of the Sims, but we are not Sims of the world, and we really need to hold to our values right now to give confidence in the rest of our community. James and Messiah have come up with two options. Number one, they let the courtship between Amy and Matthias continue. Amy and Matthias do respect each other. They do have some good sentiments about each other. They are barely romantic, but I think that's probably as good as Amy's going to get right now. But Matthias has a more promising future, and he was gypped. When a courtship breaks up in these communities, it's like a divorce. So, because everyone was so sure that they were going to get married, that was going to happen. So this is very embarrassing for the Schaefers too. Normally when a courtship breaks up, it's because mom or dad of one of the families just doesn't get a good sense. And that's still a very big deal. That's still very embarrassing. And your entire community, is going to have questions, very natural questions. You know what, let's harvest all these snapdragons. We're gonna try to get as many simoleons as possible. We'll talk a little bit more about the Mateus versus Maximiliano option as the episode progresses. So just keep an eye out for that. We got a lot of thinking to do, guys. We got to get our thinking caps on. I love being collaborative with you guys. I love that you are so into helping with this series. This is just amazing. He is hungry. Before we do anything like get some food of the world. Oh, it's almost Onyx's birthday. We're going to go home. Let's get dinner started here. I think mom and dad are probably going to have some talks with their daughter. We're going to get everybody fed. And then you guys, you saw the notification. Life still has to march on. We are going to be aging up a little boy. Sir, that is not what I want for you. Thank you for putting that back. I do appreciate that. Yes. Oh my goodness. Onyx reached communication level 5. He is so hungry. You get that, buddy. So we're going to be eating very late. I think tomorrow's church service is going to be incredibly eventful. We've got our kids coming with us. I think everyone's trying to get in a good spirit for Onyx's birthday. We have a space that is just conspicuously empty. But again, like I said, it's been almost a sim week. They've had, from their time frame, months to, I don't want to say get over this, because you don't really get over it, but at least sit with it, you know? Let's grab this cake out, pop it right here. Oh, everybody is so tired. We will get everybody going to bed. We just need to age up this beautiful little boy. I still think it's so funny that our blondest child is in our darkest clothes. Go on, Bubba. Yay! Onyx aged up. I'm so excited. So he is level 2 in his social skill. What a natural leader. He has his motor skill. He's got an extra point on his creativity, his mental skill. See, guys, ATI homeschooling works. It for sure definitely works. Let's randomize his... Oh, he's lazy too. Oh, no. Oh, okay. I love that for him. I really love that for him. As a Fundie male, this could work. If he's a lazy dude, his wife does most of the household work anyway. His wife and children will. So this doesn't necessarily mean that he's stepping up to not be a Fundie, although it could. I think I am going to give him a social aspiration because of his extra social skill. So Onyx, you lazy king, welcome to childhood. Let's enter create a sim with this kiddo and give him his Fundie makeover, guys. I am so tempted to age him up for a second just to see how it would be. But I'm not going to do that. I will find out with the rest of you. And if you guys saw the last episode, you know that we're probably not going to be staying in Newcrest for very long. So I'm thinking that maybe a nice cowboy outfit might work. The little Wrangler. Although it's really very warm. It is coming upon fall, so I do want his everyday outfit to be a little bit warmer, but not quite that. And again, we have to remember Onyx is a black stone. There are different kinds of Onyxes, but I'm going with your more stereotypical Onyx, you know? I feel like if there's any group to be stereotypical with, this is probably the one. Maybe for right now, for his everyday, we won't do the cowboy hat, some nice dark jeans, and I think these sneakers from the kids kit, are just so perfect. Should we do dark? Yeah, I think we should do darker. I'm also going to give him some little socksies because I like to imagine it'd be softer on his feet. I know that we never see formal, but I do like to give a little bit of an effort toward that. I do think this is cute. I think his hairstyle is kind of perfect. This is not going to do, sir. I need you covered almost head to foot. Those modesty standards are not just for the girls, they are for the boys to stress and worry about. Lucky you, look at how equal you are. I think this is pretty good for his sleepwear. Oh, you, sir, do not have a hearing disability, so let's get that off of you. I think we'll do the same thing for your party wear. Again, we're not going to see it very much. Ooh, sir, swimwear is gonna have to get a lot more modest. And you know what? I don't hate that. Let's see, do we have a more solid option? Oh, we do. How perfect. How watcher honoring. I do love this for a great hot weather outfit. And let's give him a little hat too. This I definitely think could use a cowboy hat. We'll for sure be in Chestnut Ridge by this point, by the time we need this again. And then I think this will do for his cold weather wear. He is now officially Fundified. I wonder what he's even so sad about. Ew, yucky. From the picky eater quirk, oh, Onyx ate some food that he did not like. Who knows? He might like it tomorrow, but definitely not today. He probably won't eat it until this feelings passes. Oh no, it was just like eggs and bacon, dude. This is not a family to be picky and you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. We are going to have to kind of make over his room a little bit, or at least make over his bed. So let's go in to build by. I think I do want to place this in the inventory, and we're going to get the worst quality bed because guys, really with a family this size, this big, this quick, that's what we can afford. We can meet their bare minimums and be happy to do that. To be honest, look, we don't even have curtains on our walls. We have a whole other lot to pay for, and we've only got 2,700 simoleons. That's not going to happen. I'm going to go ahead, send at least the kids to bed. Mom and dad have, a couple of things to talk about. James has to tell her, needs to drop on her what has been happening and tell her what he and Messiah have been talking about. You know, she's part of this. He needs to let her know which way he is going so she can get everybody on board, you know? Oh, they are gossiping about their family drama. And boy, do they have it. Oh my gosh, yes they do. Bethy has something that's been on her mind. She's testing right now to see. I really don't know what it's going to be, you guys. Oh my gosh. You guys. She is going over to tell her husband that amid all of this turmoil and all of this heartbreak, that the Watcher must be with them because they are expecting. You guys, I really did not think that she was pregnant at all because she has not been like running to the bathroom all day. She hasn't been nauseous at all. Y'all, I need baby names. I've got a list of boy names and girl names. Remember, our theme is gemstones and precious rocks, all of that. So drop them down. I think we'll do a wheel spinner for the next baby. But otherwise, guys, I'm going to send everybody to bed. It's been an eventful day. Bethy is so energized, she's cleaning. Look at her. Okay, girl, you do you. Do what makes you happy. Let's go to bed, please. Let's tuck in for the night. You're not tired now, but you will be. You are eating for two, and golly, you're not a spring chicken anymore. Okay, no, not a nap. You have a bed, my dear. I will see you guys in the morning. You guys, 5 o'clock in the morning, Jasper is up. He's got to pee. Happy Sunday to you all. I think everybody is going to be walking around on pins and needles along with his potty walk. Going into church today, they know that they have to play it just right. How are they going to handle and talk about Opal's disappearance? We didn't actually get to talk to Pastor, but we're just going to say that Pastor called and gave counsel that way. Plumbite has another loose tooth. This girl is not going to have any teeth in her head. She already lost a tooth. Oh, look, it's Opal's bed. Oh, that's so sad. But Plummy is up, getting ready as she should. This little mister was up until like 2 in the morning. I didn't even recognize him. He's so quiet. Playing Dr. Set in the girls' room. First of all, he is not supposed to be in that girls' room. They are on the second floor next to the nursery and mom and dad for a reason. Boys stay down in the boys' room. We won't go too much into that, but we all know why. You remember when Opal was changing Onyx and reading him to bed, like literally last episode, and she had a clothing pile on the floor? Well, now because he's lazy, he does that. It doesn't work like that in The Sims, but it was almost like foreshadowing. I think that's so cute. Onyx has got to catch up on sleep. So he was playing with this little Dr. Set. I'm always looking for hints as to who these Sims are and who they're going to be. And sometimes it just comes from something like that. We'll see if he's more of a nurturer or if he's somebody that likes to sort of like take advantage of being lazy. If this is something that he truly is, or if this is something that the Fundie community put on him, we shall see. Plummy is really pulling the weight around here. Since she has become a child and Onyx has become a child, there's one more boy to clean up after. And yes, children would be doing more cleaning, whether they are boys or girls, than adult men. But I think it's just easier for me to divide the labor just right away. We have our older brother who's doing quite a lot of the animal caretaking, the manual labor this morning. He is just like taking to this lifestyle like a duck to water. Again, I don't think that he has any ill will toward it. I think it was just so inbred in him that this just makes sense. Ooh, Jasper's responsibility is arranged to earn the responsible trait. Of course it is. Absolutely. Plummy is even not eating in here by herself. Everybody is so busy trying to get ready for church that they're running around everywhere. And Plummy's like, look, I've done all my stuff. I'm ready. I'm going to take my fruit salad and just go watch my brother. She's going to go yell at her brother. She's like, I'm bored. Let's ruin somebody's day. Let's make this somebody's problem. Oh man. Plummy, my dear, what will your future hold? Bethy is, oh no, up and ready. Let's see if her son can repair this. He's going to need to get his handiness skill up. Anyway, his dad is already quite high. Bethy is going to be announcing the news to her children, I think. This is going to be an affirmation for them that they're on the right track, that this is hard, but this is just a test the Watcher is putting them through. This is not cause for them to doubt their faith or their faith choices. So she's going to be teaching this to the kids too, that sometimes the Watcher will ask us to suffer for our faith. Sometimes the Watcher works in mysterious ways, and sometimes the Watcher will demand something incredibly precious of you, but you will never go empty-handed if you are always following what the Watcher, IBLP, says that you should do. So both of our daughters know, and I think this is making, it's making a big impression on everybody, but I think especially Amethyst, this is making an impression on. And you guys, I'll wait till we get to church to dive more into it, but thank goodness Bethy has this bad news to give along with some good news. So guys, I think I will see you all at church. Okay, so our groups are all set to be here, but this definitely maxes out how many Sims we can have on a lot. So I don't know who's going to show up. Either way, this is going to be, an interesting day. Bethy knows she's got to pay the piper. She is going right on in. She is tickling those ivories. She's making sure that she's getting in the good graces of the church. Brother Walsh looks like he has been led to lead a message today by the Watcher. So we're gonna, watch him together. It is very nice of Bethy to be able to give accompaniment for that. Now that Brother Walsh has sat down, I think it's James's turn. He gets to go up in front of the men and women of the church. Weston is here. We're just going to ignore him. We're going to shun him. We've already kicked him out. He's going to be giving a speech about what has happened with Opal, and about how the Watcher really has laid on their hearts that she is going through a very tough time. We hope that the Watcher calls her back, but right now the enemy, the devil, has her. Now, there is a story that I'm going to be going over, a Bible story. This would be out of the Christian Bible, to give some context on their views on this, on just some of the things that they are dealing with from a space. Excuse me, sir. I am glad that you are moved by this message. You definitely look like you need some Watcher in you. How dare you wear colors, But could you back up just a wee bit, just a tad? Okay, well, we'll ignore him, as all good fundies do. We're just gonna ignore him and hope he goes away, because he's got a whole lot of the world all over him. And we don't want that in this holy place. I am going to be just summarizing again. This is for perspective. This is just so that we are all working with the same information, or that we have a little bit of insight. So the story from the Christian Bible that I will be referring to, that quite a lot of evangelical Christians know, all fundies would know, comes from the very first book of the Bible in Genesis chapter 22. It is a story of Abraham and Isaac. Abraham is widely regarded as the father of at least Judaism, if not Christianity. This was a man that was promised by God that he would be the father of nations. And he was. It didn't happen quite the way that Abraham thought that it would. Abraham was quite the older man when he had his one of his two sons. One of them was Isaac, was born to him when he was quite an old man. And through Isaac's descendants, Abraham became the father of nations. His descendants were as numerous as the stars. To a group like this, that is going to ring very true. Now, when Isaac was a boy, God told Abraham to bring Isaac and a dagger up to a mountain to make a sacrifice. That was a common thing back in the day to do for your deity, but not to bring any animal to sacrifice, and that God would make it known to Abraham what the sacrifice should be. And on his way up the mountain, when he got there, was at the summit and said, hey, there's no sacrifice. Where is it? Then God revealed to Abraham that the sacrifice was to be Isaac, his only son, and that's how parentage was traced back then. And his only way to be the father of nations, this great promise, which would have been incredibly important to a man of that time. And so Abraham was prepared to sacrifice the thing that he most loved and wanted, that represented all of his personal gain. What is this? Plumbite and James have a difficult family dynamic. I would say so. Plumbite has a difficult family dynamic with everybody. So because Abraham was willing to sacrifice Isaac at the last second, God said, nope, never mind. I just wanted to see essentially that you would do it. And the lesson of that Bible story is often talked about, or at least in the circles I ran with, that you never need to love something more than God. If you do, God will could at some point ask you to put it on a pedestal. And so I think that this is what is being related to their congregation, that this is their Isaac, that Opal is the sacrifice being asked, and that this new child is proof that it was a test and that they passed. There is also the story of the prodigal son. This was a son that was raised up by his father with an older brother. The younger of the two brothers went and asked his father for his heritage. Normally that happens when the father dies or when the brother marries and moves out. But he wanted it early, and then he took it away from the safety of his father's farm and squandered it, essentially, into nothing, didn't turn it into anything productive, turned his back on all of his family, and ended up eating with the pigs and was happy to do it, and then came back to his father's house crawling, saying that, hey, I was so short-sighted and ungrateful, and I deserve to eat with the pigs. Essentially, if I could just keep your pigs, that would be great. And his father welcomed him back with loving open arms and said, of course you're not going to, you're my son, and I'm going to restore your birthrights to you and your status. So I think that these are two stories with the perspectives that they are viewing this with, so that Opal is this prodigal daughter who has been asked to be sacrificed as a test from the Watcher. And this new baby is the reward for this, that she had been suffering with infertility, but not anymore. And I think that the church is on fire for this. I think that they have been moved to sympathy, and they are on board with the Josephs starting this new church. And in fact, they're going to be donating all of the funds, because these are going to be new missionaries in Chestnut Ridge. They have heard that there are other spiritualities there, and they really do need to save those folks. So they don't know what's going to happen with the courtships, but at this point, the Josephs are on the up and up. They have played this right. They don't think they're playing anything. They're just trying to find some meaning in all of this, and they think they've got it on the head. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's end our church gatherings and let's go home. It is hot. Bethy is pregnant and hungry, so we're going to get her some food. Everybody's going to kind of break and do what they want. Anyways, guys, my head is a-buzzing with all the things we have to do. Please give me some feedback about what we want to do with Amethyst and her courting. it's pretty much decided she's going to be staying in. If she does get out, it will be later in life, probably with some children in tow. And I did want to show you guys. So this is Mateus. So they are lovebirds. They do have a little bit of romance. No, she's not a straight sim. No, she's not a bisexual sim. She is a lesbian sim, but she is expected to marry a man and have children with a man and grow this faith and have this symbolical life, the symbolical worldview of a life. I will say Mateus he's a gentle soul. Mateus is not a straight sim either. He likes your hearts, not your parts. He's not exactly comfortable with this either, but he is a guy that he's a green fiend. He wants to make the world a greener place. He is a more meek and mild and understanding person, and they do have this growing closer from quality time. They have been doing some off-camera courting. Obviously, Maximiliano and her have not been courting. So if we want to open their profile, they're just neighbors, they're acquaintances. They haven't had that sort of relationship. Maximiliano he's a self-assured sim. We're pretty sure he's going to go into politics. As far as social standing goes, Amy can't really go wrong with that. I do worry that he would not be as gentle with her. I do worry that I mean, as far as understanding, like I said, I'm not going to depict harm to a sim. That's not going to happen, especially my little Amy. No, thank you. But please let me know you guys' opinions on that. I do think that maybe Maximiliano gets Amy as a consolation prize to help him save face. Maybe he pursues one of the Merton girls. That could happen. And Amy keeps on with Mateus. Dad is so sad. He is feeling hurt by someone nearby. I think it's Opal. He's still feeling hurt by Opal. He loves his kids. He wants them all safe. He wants them all here. He is feeling very inadequate. Tell me what you guys are thinking about that baby or babies. Like I said, I need baby names. We'll probably do a wheel spinner at this point, unless baby is a boy, and then there is a promise of a name that I realize I made, but I didn't fulfill. So give me baby names. Not for this one, then the next one, because you know we're having more. Guys, next episode, I'm pretty sure we're having a wedding. So I need some suggestions. I need some direction. I have a storyline in mind, but there's so many ways that we could take this. You guys, just thank you so much for all of your support in this. And we are definitely going to be seeing Opal in the future. So keep watching for that. We also probably are going to have some Skylar appearances, so that's on the horizon too. Can't speak to how quickly. And this young man has got to start his courting next episode as well. This is going to happen quick for him, as it does for all Fundie young men and women. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Thank you so much for watching, for liking, for all of your really smart, observant, funny, sensitive comments. I just love interacting with you. I will see you all next time I post or go live. Watch or bless, and as always, happy simming.